Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm going to take a different approach to what I'm doing today and just take a step back from the nursery and the nursery business. And I want to talk to you some today about YouTube. And as a middle-aged YouTuber, I started my channel in my mid-40s. I want to share with you today 6 lessons that I've learned since I've started my YouTube channel. And I think some of you guys are going to find this to be really, really valuable. Now, as of the filming of this particular video, it is May of 2023, which means it has been 2 years and 4 months since I started my YouTube channel. And when I started my YouTube channel, it was really out of boredom during a snowstorm and kind of a stuck-at-home kind of event. And I had absolutely no idea what I was going to do. I didn't really know exactly what kind of videos I was going to make. I didn't know exactly what I was going to say. But I was a guy who had a nursery in my backyard that I just kind of started from nothing with little to no experience, and I just decided I would start making videos about it, so that's what I started doing. And not long after I started my YouTube channel, I learned my first important lesson. Number 1 is that you have got to commit to this. I started watching other YouTubers who taught how to do YouTube. Guys like Sean Cannell over at Think Media. Think Media, those guys say, look, unless you've made 100 videos, you hadn't even got your channel started yet, and you haven't really fully committed to the process yet. So just think about that. 100 videos, that's a lot of videos. A guy like Gabe Bolt says, you got to get into YouTube for 3 years to find out what this is really about and to start seeing success. It may take you 3 years, but if you'll commit 3 years, then you might see some success with your YouTube channel. So I'm just pointing out those 2 examples to say that in order to be successful as a YouTuber, whether success for you means to just get your channel monetized, to get 1,000 subscribers, to get 10,000 subscribers, or 1,000,000 subscribers, or make a fortune off of YouTube, it's not going to happen if you don't commit. Almost nobody catches lightning in a bottle at the YouTube game, and you can't just say, oh, I'm going to post a video or 2 and see if I can get 1,000,000 views. Guess what? That ain't going to happen, and you got to commit to it. It's that simple. A second valuable lesson that I have learned as a YouTuber starting out in my mid-40s is that you have to be willing to put yourself out there. And I have people comment on my videos occasionally, something like, oh, I would love to do a YouTube channel, but I'm afraid to put myself out there. Well, here's the harsh reality about putting yourself out there for the whole world is that whatever your topic is on your channel, whether you're talking about NASCAR, movies, cooking, travel, finances, whatever it is that your YouTube channel is going to be about, you're going to be questioned, you're going to be criticized, you're going to be critiqued, and that's going to come from people from every conceivable walk of life, including people who are really, really smart in the area that they're actually talking about, and from people who are just world-class idiots. And you're going to get it from all sides, and you're going to have to be able to take it. You're going to get comments on your videos, and virtually all of them are anonymous, so people can be as harsh, as crude, as mean as they want to be. And you have to be willing to take that. They're going to comment on your appearance. They're going to comment on your lack of ability to pronounce words and how ignorant you sound. And people are going to speak to you in comments in a condescending way from time to time. And you're going to have to be able to deal with that. The flip side of this is that you get a lot of positive comments too. And when I say positive comments, I mean helpful comments where somebody says, hey, that plant that you just called whatever, that's actually something different, and here's an example of it. And sometimes people's feedback in the comments can be incredibly helpful. Sometimes correction is the very best thing for your channel, for your growth, for your brand, and you need to be able to sometimes handle criticism with grace, because the fact is, at least as far as I'm concerned, sometimes I can be wrong about what I'm saying. I'm not an expert at what I'm doing. I don't pretend to be an expert on my channel. So I'm learning as I go. I'm sharing it with the world. And sometimes the critics are actually right. And you're going to have to be able to handle that. The third lesson that I have learned as a YouTuber starting in my mid-40s is that you can learn to edit videos. Now, listen, guys, I was born in 1978 and I didn't grow up with internet. I didn't grow up messing with computers, and that wasn't really my thing. I've never really been into technology and playing with electronic gadgets. It's just not ever been anything I was interested in or cared about. And when I began developing an interest in starting a YouTube channel, I realized that I was going to have to edit video, and I had no idea what that even meant. So what did I do to learn? I started watching YouTube videos on basic video editing, and I had to do it at a very basic level because I didn't have any equipment, any gear of any kind at all to start my YouTube channel with, except for an iPhone SE, just an old iPhone SE, like the 2019 version or whatever it was. So for my first, I don't remember how many it was, 30, 40, 50 videos, I did all of it with nothing but an iPhone SE and the little built-in editor that's on it, the free built-in editor, so I could take out the garbage and the bloopers and all of that and add a little bit of text on there, maybe from time to time add a little bit of music. But editing is something that can absolutely be learned. And since then, we've got a slightly more sophisticated editing system, but not a lot. All we use is free iMovie on an Apple desktop computer now is all we use. Our editing is very simple, and it's something, even for you guys who are not tech savvy, who are not really into editing, and you just think that's something that kids do, or listen, you can learn how to do it. You can learn how to do anything, and you can learn how to do it by watching it on YouTube. People show you the simplest things and how to make a video really easy and simple and fairly nice edits in pretty simple ways, and you can learn how to do it. A fourth lesson that I've learned is that you've got to treat YouTube like a business. And here's a couple of things that I mean when I say you've got to treat it like a business. Number one, you need to be seeking to improve it all the time. Like, try to make your videos better with time. My first videos, they are unwatchable. I mean, they're horrible. They sound terrible. They look terrible. The audio is always scratchy. Sometimes the audio is non-existent, and it just looks like, what are you doing? Well, I don't know what I was doing, and you can tell, but as time has gone on, I've at least been able to get my audio and video where it's tolerably watchable, and that's good enough for me. Another thing that you have to do is you have to think about, how can I create something that's valuable to my audience, or, hey Penny, or to my potential audience. Like, don't take your viewers for granted that just because they're subscribed and that they're normally watching your videos, that they'll just watch anything you put out. Why do you think they would do that? Why should they do that? You have to learn to make videos with your audience in mind, and think about something valuable. They're taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes out of their life, so make that time count for them. They'll watch your videos longer. It'll be a greater value to them, and in the long run, that works out better for you. A third thing that you need to do is stay engaged with your channel. Work your community tab. Do YouTube shorts. Respond to people who comment on your videos as much as is possible, and just be present on your YouTube channel. Build community there. It's an important part of having a strong channel, and whether that comes natural to you or not, or whether you think that's important or not, it's a valuable part of getting involved as a YouTuber, and I've kind of learned how to do that at least as well as I can, and I'm trying to learn to get better and better at it all the time. A fifth lesson that I have learned as a YouTuber in my mid-40s is that I have an audience, and you have an audience, and everybody can have an audience. Now, the thing that's unique about this is, when I was growing up, you know, we used to get this thing in our newspaper every week. It was like the TV guide. In my area, it was called The Punch, and it would tell you what was going to be on TV all week. And you could look hour by hour, day by day, and see what was coming on TV, whether you're watching the Dukes of Hazzard or the Cosby Show or Monday Night Football or Peter Jennings on the nightly news. Whatever it is that you may have been watching was scheduled out ahead of time, and you determined what you might watch on TV based on what was on, and that was it. Well, today, the whole world has changed, and you can watch whatever you want whenever you want to watch it. It's fascinating that Google is the largest search engine in the world. There's billions of Google searches every day. The second largest search engine in the world is YouTube. Now, that's fascinating to think how many people are going to that little search bar in YouTube every single day and searching for everything under the sun, from how to tie a tie to who won an Oscar in 1974, and is there life on other planets, and how can I start a nursery in my backyard? I mean, everything under the sun people are searching for, and they're finding answers and information to all of those questions from a whole world of people, not just ABC and NBC and cable networks. They're finding it from people like you and from people like me. And chances are, if you have an interest in something, if you have a talent in something, if you have some topic that you like to talk about, some products that you like to review, whatever it is, chances are somebody's going to find you. Chances are that lots of people are going to find you, and that you can build an audience to share about it. Even if you think that your topic is weird, or that there's too many people covering that particular topic on YouTube, or whatever it is, you have something unique to bring to the table in the fact that nobody else can be you. And there are people in this world who will resonate with you, who will click on day after day, week after week to watch you, because they believe you, because only you can be you. And I want to encourage you that you do have something to bring to the table. You know, I never thought that as a backyard, small nursery guy like myself, in a world of people like Jim Putnam and Laura on Garden Answer and Mike Kincaid and some of these people who are doing great, great, great nursery and horticulture videos, why would anybody watch mine when they can go watch those? Well, the answer is, I really don't know why. I just know that they do. For the same reason I watch obscure videos of all kinds of channels all the time, and likely you do too. You have something to bring to the table, and don't underestimate people's desire to watch something that you're creating. And a sixth and final lesson that I have learned as a YouTuber is this, and that is your audience will affirm you. And here's what I mean. I get comments, and I mean by now thousands and thousands of them, comments and emails very regularly, people saying, you have been such an inspiration to us. Because of what I've seen on your channels, I know that I can do this now. We love watching your family. You guys are great. Thank you for what you do. Keep up the good work. We see this stuff day after day after day. And I literally mean every day we get these kinds of comments. And despite the fact that there are the critics and the naysayers out there, the positive comments are 90 or 100 probably to 1. And I'm not saying that to say that we're great and just look at our comments and see how great we are. I'm saying that to say that we've got a great audience, and we have got, our audience is people who are in some ways very like us, who share a lot of the interests that we share. Of course, they're here watching our videos. And every now and then they'll take a moment to say, we appreciate you taking the time to do what you're doing. And it goes a long way to encourage us, to encourage you, the creator, in what you're doing, to keep doing what you're doing, and that you're putting something out there that's valuable to somebody. And that really, really, really goes a long way to making all of this a worthwhile thing to be involved in. So guys, that's 6 lessons that we've learned, at least that we've learned so far. We still feel like we're relatively new at this, but I hope in some way they have been helpful to you, and it was worth your 10 minutes or whatever it is to tune in today and watch our video. Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all, and we'll see you on the next one.